welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to be showing you how I got this eye look today. I'm using the James Charles palette and a few other brands you may or may not know of. So if you want to find out how to get this eye, then just keep watching. Alright, so I'm going to start by priming my face. I'm going to be using the Cover FX Blurring Primer. This is their new formula and it's my favorite primer. I have normal to oily skin, and this one still works really well for me as far as hiding my pores without making me excessively oily too.
You better kiss me before our time is right now.
So for my foundation today, I'm going to go in with the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. My shade is Nutmeg.
I wanna feel you under my body. I wanna feel you on, feel you on. I wanna feel you under my body. I wanna feel you on, feel you on. We were naming the stars of the people we knew to. We had to go. Long as you're holding me down, down, down. I'm gonna keep loving you down, down, down. Baby, I'm my oxygen. When I cannot find my way on there, you know I can be when I hold on. Even when the rock puts you. Should've never said the word love. Feel a toaster in the bathtub. I'm sick of all the games I have to.
So now I'm going to take my Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. This is in the shade Tan, and I just use this to kind of go over areas where I feel I need a little bit more coverage. Now I'm going to get started with my brows. Like I said before, my brows are already tattooed on, but I still go over them with Dip Brow. Having them tattooed on is really just for the days I don't feel like doing anything. I'm using the Dip Brow from Morphe in the shade Chocolate Mousse.
We gonna let it go.
Baby, you got a bright future behind you.
Treat you better.
Now I'm using my Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Ebony, and I'm just going to softly fill the top of my brows.
And we burning one hell of a something.
And you could tell me if I'm off, but I see it on your face when you say that he's the one that you want. And you're spending all your time in this wrong situation. And anytime you want it to start.
So as for concealer, today I'm using the Fenty Beauty Concealer. I'm using shade 360. I've used this concealer 3 times now, and I personally really like the finish. It's definitely dries down matte, which I like. It's full coverage, so you don't have to use a lot of it. I will say I feel like for me personally, the shade before this was too light, and this shade is not light enough for my highlighting areas in my opinion. So sometimes I kind of mix it with like a different concealer just to lighten it up a bit. But overall, the finish is really nice. so for the eyes, I'm using my favorite palette for colors, the James Charles palette. So I kind of really don't know. I just know I want to do something bold. It's going to be blue base. So we'll see what happens. But to set my eyes and get them primed, I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution concealer. This is in C1. I know online they have a C0, which is just a flat white base, but this is the next closest shade. That is that. Let's see. Alright, so the first shade I'm going to use is Playground.
Shine bright like a diamond. 1, 2, 3. Shine bright like a diamond. 1, 2, 3. Shine bright like a diamond. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. How could I replace that? I just wanna see you shake that. Give it to me, I'ma take that. Maybe we found love right where we are.
Next shade I'm using is going to be Cola.
Need a little more spice in my cooking. Ugly girlfriend sneer across the room as if I really care. I don't know what you did, but I just can't stop thinking about you every day. No, I can't stop. Got my girl with me, got my girl with me tonight.
You and I the single type, so maybe this the perfect time. I'm just trying to get you high.
Right, and to deepen the blue a little bit, right where I put Cola, I'm gonna add in a little black. That's just gonna make the blue a little bit more prominent for my cut crease, because I am doing a cut crease. And so the black in this palette is called Spooky. That's what I'm going in with now. I'm actually going to use this brush here. This is the Sigma E36 blending brush. It's a smaller version. The first brush I've been using is the Morphe 518, and that's a lot fluffier.
Come on, be my baby, come on.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Come on, be my baby,
Alright, I'm going to take the original brush I was using and just blend this out a little bit. Okay, so for my cut crease, I'm going to use the Catrice. This is their HD Liquid Coverage Concealer, well, Percision Concealer. I actually found this, well, I stumbled upon it by accident, and I was just being nosy to see what it was. And it's a concealer pen, so that's what that looks like. And it makes cut creases so much easier. So much easier, it's crazy. But you can get this from Ulta, I think it's like $2.99. But this is what I use now for all my cut creases, just to carve it out.
All the times that you rain on my parade, and all the clubs you get in using my name.
But I can't move my feet. The more that I know you, the more I want to. Yeah, something inside me is
Alright, so now I'm going to take this same blending brush and just add a little bit more of the black to deepen right on top of the cut crease.
All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know.
Bitch better have my money. Bitch better have my pay me what you want.
These girls ain't loyal. These girls ain't loyal.
It seems like one of those nights. This place is too crowded. Too many cool kids. Where you from? You might be the one who's
Alright, and lastly I'm going to go back in with Playground and I'm just going to pat that on top of the cola. So now I'm going to take a clean blending brush. This is another Morphe 518, and I just like to buff out the tops and sides of my color just so that it looks more feathered. Now just to make my cut crease line a little bit more prominent, I'm going to go back in with the concealer pen and I'm just going to line the tops of it one more time.
Come on, be my baby, come on. Come on, be my baby, come on. Come on, be my baby, come on. Come on, be my baby. All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know.
Bitch better have my money. Bitch better have my pay me what you want.
These girls ain't loyal. These girls ain't loyal.
Alright, so now for my outer corner and inner corners, I'm going to use Spooky, which is the black shade again. And I'm using the same I'm using the same Sigma E36 brush for that.
What the fuck are perfect places? Young Money.
Let's wait.
Can't hear a single word. Just know you're talking 'cause your lips keep moving.
My city, off from my home. We're flying up, no ceiling when we in our zone. Make me your Aphrodite. Make me your one and only.
So now I'm going to go in with the shade Escape, and it's just a deep plum shade. Not even really plum, it's just like a dark purple. I'm going to be using the same Sigma E36 brush. You would think by now I would remember the number. Next shade I'm gonna use is Single. So now I'm going to take this flat brush. It's the Morphe 421. So now I'm going to take this flat brush. It's the Morphe 421. That looks like it's just a flat shading brush. I'm going to go in with the shade Tune, which is like kind of like a banana yellow. Okay, so I actually was not satisfied with Tune by itself, so I added B, which is a brighter yellow, to make it pop a little bit more. Now I'm going in with B. Starting with Tune for the other eye, and then the second shade I'll be putting on top is B.
Yeah. It's been a ride. Yeah.
Body girl, don't get hurt, can't feel anything. And when I learn, I push it down, push it down. Now you see I got it tight, it's just so good, making me wanna leave. So don't.
Now I'm gonna go back in with my Sigma E36, and I'm just gonna add some more of Single, which was the lighter purple shade.
You better kiss me before our time is run out. Live that fantasy. Want another breath, but I got stamina. Wanna know I close my eyes, but I got stamina. I wanna feel you under my body. I wanna feel you on. I wanna feel you under my body. I wanna feel you on.
So now I'm gonna go back in with Playground, and I'm gonna start smoking it around my inner corner and underneath the eye. And I'm gonna use the Sigma E36 again, because I'm the queen of using the least amount of brushes.
Baby, I'm my oxygen. When I cannot find my way on there, you know I can be when I hold on. Even when the records show. Should've never said the word love. Feel a toaster in the bathtub. I'm sick of all the games I have to play.
Yeah, don't care if you're too loud. Sexy or too loud.
Now I'm taking this flat shading brush here. This is the Morphe, I don't know. I must have gotten this in a kit or something. But this is a Morphe brush as well. And it's just a flat shading brush, kind of like, where'd it just go? Kind of similar to this one, which was the M421. It's just on a bigger scale. And I'm taking the shade Playground, and I'm just gonna blend it out under here. Next, I'm taking the shade Cola, which is that dark blue again. And I'm just putting that by my lash line. And of course, we're going in with Spooky, which is the black. I'm putting that near my lash line as well.
Baby, you got a bright future behind you.
Treat you better.
Bless someone, there ain't no stressing. This one is straight for the girl, them. Bless someone, there ain't no stressing. This one is straight for the girl.
You guys are probably like, what the heck is going on? But trust me, the finish will be perfect. I'm gonna take the clean blending brush that I used earlier, the M518, and I'm just gonna blend the edges out.
But I see it on your face when you say that he's the one that you want. And you're spending all your time in this wrong situation. And anytime you want it to start.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my Essence Super Last Matte Eyeliner. This you can get at Ulta too, and it's like $2.99, but this is so good, you guys. And it dries down so matte, which is why I love it. Now with my liner, I did a technique where you line the lid and you start going up at an angle, and then you're gonna put, well, I'll show you when we get there. Now I'm going back in with my Sigma brush again. I'm using the black shade, and I'm just gonna pat it over the ends of my liner. What that's gonna do is just kind of blend everything together so it looks like your liner just diffuses into the black. So for me personally, I'm not really satisfied with this cut crease just because it's not prominent enough. So what I'm gonna do is use my Suva Beauty Hydra liner. This is in the shade Dance Party. Now if you don't know Suva Beauty, all their Hydra liners never expire because they're activated by water. So I'm gonna be using this just to kind of make the top of my cut crease more prominent. I'm gonna be using the Sigma eyeliner brush. It's the E11. So it's like super, super tiny. I already have my water, so I'm just gonna dip the brush in the water and then start swirling around in the pot. Okay, so had some technical difficulties, but as you can see, I went ahead and did this eye with the liner, and so it's a really bright neon yellow. So now I'm satisfied. So now we're gonna go ahead and do the other eye. Alright, so now I'm happy because now it pops. But now we're gonna go ahead and get into the glitter because that's my favorite part. So what I'm gonna do, actually, first I'm gonna go ahead and line my under eyes with the Urban Decay Zero eyeliner pencil. It's just black. Now for my inner corner, I'm gonna go ahead and add some glitter. I'm using the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter in Distortion. Now before I continue, I'm going to jump back up to my brows, and once again using my Benefit Roller Lash mascara. This is what I use to, I guess I use it as a brow gel. I'm going to go ahead and conceal under my eyes and highlight the rest of my face with the Fenty concealer. Again, shade 360. I'm going to go in and set under my eyes with the Huda Beauty setting powder. This is in the shade Banana Bread.
All the times that you rain on my parade, and all the clubs you get in using my name.
But I can't move my feet. The more that I know you, the more I want to. Yeah, something inside me stage.
So for contouring, this is something I do when I'm doing a full face like this. I'm using the Fenty Matchstick in the shade Truffle. So I use this really huge brush to blend this out, mainly just because I haven't found a brush that I like better. But this is the Dome Stippling Brush by Sephora. It's number 41. And I actually have to like pinch it so it goes like that when I blend it out.
Seems like one of those nights. This place is too crowded. Too many cool kids. Where you from? You might be the one who's one of these. Trouble.
Don't wanna know how to dress you up tonight. If he's holding on to you so tight, the way I did before.
All you have to do is stay.
Would you mind if I still love you?
Yeah.
Would you mind if things don't last?
Nothing between.
And to go in and set my contour now, I'm going to use the Morphe Brontour kit in the shade Showman's. You get your bronzer on this side, your contour on this end.
And I'll write your name. And I'll write your name.
Now I'm going to go in and highlight. I'm using the Artist Couture highlight in the shade Illuminati.
We don't talk anymore.
put the lashes on off camera. This is what they look like though. Just really wispy. I didn't want to put anything on that would kind of overpower the eye to where you couldn't see it. So now we're going to get into the lip. I'm going to be using the NYX Lip Crayon in Espresso. Obviously, I wear this out. It's just a true brown lip liner. Now for my lipstick, I'm going to go in with the Morphe Liquid Matte Lip in True Story. So this is the finished look. I hope you all like it and enjoyed watching it. This is definitely not something that is a natural look, or not even most of you all's everyday look. This is something I would wear out just because I like wearing makeup like this. But I will definitely be doing a lot more bold eyes. So if you like this, then you'll be looking forward to my next videos. And if you have any comments, leave them below. Once again, in the description box, I'm gonna link everything or list everything that I used today, including brushes. And yeah, thanks for coming back to my channel and watching this video. I'll see you guys next time.
You chased me and you wouldn't stop.